Hi there and welcome to Juicy Celeb Talks. It seems like it's easier to name a VIP who hasn't been involved with Diddy, as each day seems to reveal another individual linked to him. Recently, an old clip of Wendy Williams discussing the VIPs associated with Diddy's infamous basketball games has gone viral. These revelations feature people you might least expect. While Wendy has been out of the public eye for a while, she was among the first to call out Diddy long before anyone else, including Puma Wright and Cat Williams. Now, as we begin to uncover the details Wendy knew all along, she's decided to return with undeniable proof. Imagine if I shared one of those tapes, the entire music industry and Hollywood would come crashing down in an instant. Everyone would start pointing fingers at each other, leading to chaos. We've already laid the groundwork, securing multiple lawyers who know how to navigate this situation. Rumors are swirling that our Hollywood insiders, perhaps even some others, are working overtime to distance themselves from the Diddy scandal. It seems that someone has been selling copies of Diddy's tapes, featuring the biggest names in the industry, and these tapes depict a world that is both shocking and scandalous. Former employees of Diddy, who once participated in these secretive escapades, are now trying to leave with their own recordings. After all, we know that if it isn't caught on tape, it might as well not have happened. Recently, federal agents raided Diddy's home, and during the process, some of these tapes somehow made their way into the hands of people who have no qualms about exposing the truth unless, of course, the price is right. There have been discussions suggesting that some of these tapes are circulating on the dark web, with certain celebrities desperately attempting to repurchase them. It's shocking to think that Diddy himself might be selling his own incriminating evidence on the dark web to the highest bidder. Why would he do such a thing? How could he sell proof of his reckless behavior and potential misconduct? The answer seems to be that he doesn't anticipate facing trial. Is he protecting others, or are others protecting him? No, he's likely selling these tapes simply because he's after the cash. Just recently, a tape went for a staggering $500 million on the dark web. It featured several high-profile stars, including Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, and Drake. A lawyer has come forward, revealing that there are people shopping around these Diddy tapes. This lawyer also mentioned that a woman came forward weeks ago accusing Diddy of assault, claiming it happened back in 2018. This accuser alleges that Diddy outright told her he planned to move her across state lines for questionable purposes. I was recently contacted by someone who wanted me to comment on one of Diddy's tapes. I had to decline, thinking, wait a minute, are you saying there are tapes, and they are being shopped around? Yes, there have been individuals trying to sell these tapes, which we've heard about before. But this time, it's not just hearsay. Someone reached out to me to shop a specific video they had control over, and they were eager to see if the individual featured in the video was interested in buying it back before it went public. The lawyer mentioned that they were contacted by someone anxious to obtain these tapes, including footage showing grown men running around a basketball court, bearing it all. One individual on that tape is reportedly even more well-known than Diddy. I can confirm the existence of this tape, and I can assure you that it includes notable personalities, there's no doubt about that. Wendy was indeed the first to bring attention to these alleged basketball games, discussing how Tommy Davidson accused Jamie Foxx of having his clothes ripped off in his memoir. Wendy stated that if the claims were true, it might be because Jamie is known to appreciate a particular physique like those he saw playing naked basketball. It was rumored that Jamie Foxx played an active role in these games, hosting numerous Diddy parties that eventually took a toll on him, leading to hospital visits. The controversy surrounding Jamie took an unfortunate turn, culminating in what many referred to as a health scare. It seems clear that Diddy has been orchestrating these illicit basketball games. Can you believe it? Before we proceed, let's take a moment to address the shocking implication that Jamie Foxx could have suffered harm in these clandestine naked basketball games. Supposedly, these celebrities have been paying upwards of $1 million each to participate, and the money likely goes directly to Puff Daddy, who organizes the events. It appears that everyone showed up, stripped down, and engaged in these peculiar activities. Jamie likely believed he was attending an exclusive basketball game, only to find himself in a situation he never anticipated. This may sound ludicrous, but there's always been gossip surrounding Jamie and other prominent figures in Hollywood partaking in these bizarre naked basketball games. Some claim this was a twisted form of therapy. In fact, Jamie even faced backlash from neighbors after an elderly couple caught a glimpse of him and his friends shooting hoops in the nude. Following the incident, Jamie issued an apology to the neighbors, offering gift baskets as a peace gesture for the unintended exposure. Jamie claimed they played naked basketball for medical purposes, suggesting a need to relieve tension or stress. As if this weren't enough, DJ Envy from The Breakfast Club even shared images from one of these naked basketball games, which made Jamie visibly uncomfortable. Jamie tried to downplay the situation, joking about his anatomy and addressing the media's fixation on it. It seems like every celebrity has their moments, and perhaps Jamie's is just a particularly odd one. For further validation, there was a woman on TikTok who went viral discussing how she had overheard industry insiders talking about these naked parties when she was just 7 years old. Her mother even had a playful nickname for Jamie Foxx, using a variation of his name that suggested his penchant for dating various men and women in Hollywood. According to this TikToker, Jamie would invite Hollywood elites to his home for what he referred to as basketball games, which turned out to be entirely male gatherings with a rather unconventional twist. It's worth noting that these events reportedly took place in the 90s, involving numerous A-list celebrities. Diddy was still around, promoting what he termed self-esteem among his closest male friends. Allegedly, Diddy recorded everything that happened at these gatherings, with Will Smith also said to have participated. Interestingly, Will supposedly hosted his own version of these events, reminiscent of Diddy's peculiar gatherings. These two men are just the tip of the iceberg, as rumors swirled that other celebrities, including Leonardo DiCaprio, Stevie J, LeBron James, and Jay-Z, were part of these wild, naked basketball games. Now that tapes are reportedly on the verge of being exposed, it's understandable why these individuals are starting to panic. However, the tapes currently being scrutinized aren't the only thing these celebrities should be worried about. A former associate who worked closely with Diddy has handed over certain tapes to federal authorities, willingly exposing himself in the process. This informant signed a proffer agreement, meaning he can share what he knows with government investigators without the fear of prosecution. Much of what this individual revealed pertains to Diddy and included details of a trip to Atlanta where Diddy allegedly orchestrated a sexual encounter involving another man and a woman. The informant recorded the entire incident and was able to turn over a copy to the authorities during their investigation. Some of Diddy's tapes have reportedly been smuggled out of the country on private jets, while others remain within the U.S., showcasing events that date back several years. There's a high likelihood that these tapes are actively being circulated in Hollywood, and we have accounts of individuals confirming this activity. This has been a long-standing issue, reportedly spanning over 30 years, so I'm not alone in possessing this information. The likelihood is that I have specific tapes that few others do, but one thing is for certain, the revelations will be shocking. We need to approach this cautiously, as the implications of what's being uncovered are significant. The federal authorities might be the ones behind the release of these recordings, starting with the infamous video of Cassie and Diddy that surfaced after the raid on Diddy's residence. The internet exploded with comments, as one user pointed out the irony of many of these celebrities who disparage the LGBTQ+ community, while engaging in such scandalous acts themselves. As we await what comes next, it's clear that Hollywood insiders are sweating profusely at the thought of a tape surfacing that could reveal their indiscretions to the world. All we can do now is stay alert and see what unfolds in the coming days. If you have any thoughts, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.